Pretty cool. Fire away with questions you have, Justin.
Well, Colby, so what is your lifetime goal for your racing career? Let's start there.
My goal is to end up somewhere in NASCAR. I want to move up through the ranks, run some trucks or ARCA or something like that. But the end goal is definitely Xfinity or Cup Series in NASCAR.
Awesome.
That's great to hear. It sounds like you have some pretty big ambitions. What steps do you plan to make to get there, if you have any?
We plan on just moving up the ranks as quickly as we can, pretty much. We're going to run late models a lot of this year and next year, I'd say, because this year's my last year of school, and then we're just going to plan to move up the ranks and see how it goes from there.
Great to hear. Is your family supporting your career so far?
Yes, sir. Yep, my dad and my mom have been very supportive. I'm the fourth generation racer in the family. They've been super supportive of everything, and they're definitely helping me a lot.
Cool. Do you have any questions about that, Justin?
Yeah, I do. So, would you say your parents are your biggest role model in your racing career / life?
Yeah, I would definitely say so. My parents worked very hard to get me where I am today, get me in the race car. Without them, it definitely wouldn't be possible at all. And I would definitely say they're my role models.
Who's your biggest racing hero growing up?
Growing up, probably Tim Richmond, or at the time it was Kyle Busch. I love Kyle Busch.
The greatest driver, don't you think, Justin?
Okay, you guys, really? We had to put into this conversation?
You don't have to answer, you can just say no comment.
No.
Oh.
But anyway, that's really cool. He's a great driver, a great ambassador, and hopefully you'll have like 50 wins and championships like him.
I hope so. That's what we're shooting for.
Yeah. So, what's the difference between stock cars and dirt cars, and what are the setups like that are different?
Oh, it is completely different for the most part. I'm just going to compare it to limited late models to limited dirt late models. They run the same engine, different transmissions. The dirt car runs a Bryn, and the limited just ran a regular manual 4-speed, just like a normal H pattern. As far as setups go, it's a whole different ball game because the cars handle completely different and they're meant to drive completely different.
Wow. So far, have you had a clean career of no infractions or penalties so far?
For the most part, yeah. In asphalt, at least. In dirt, we tore a little bit of stuff up. We've hit the wall a couple times in there. But on asphalt, pretty much, the most we've done is replace a bumper. That's about it. I've had some incidents along the way, especially our first year, but nothing too crazy.
Yeah. Fire away, Justin.
So, let's see. So, the NASCAR Cup Series, did you enjoy the aggression on the racetrack this year, and are you happy that Kyle Larson came home with the title?
Oh, definitely. I really think he deserved that, and I'm super proud of him, and I'm very glad to see him come home with the win this year, especially after everything that's happened in the past, I'm very glad to see him come home with that win this year.
It was probably the greatest comeback in NASCAR, definitely since Busch's accident when he won the championship despite missing half the races. That was incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty great.
And my next question is, put you on the spot, are we your first live interview?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I think so. Yep.
That's a pretty good feeling, although, yeah, It looks like you have the most rewards to show for it, though, for your career. Know what I mean? Yeah, that's pretty
cool.
So, what races have you won that are big?
A lot in go-karts. We won a lot of championships and stuff like that. Off the top of my head, I can't think of any races in and of themselves, like huge races. We mostly focused on championships and stuff like that. And we're planning on running a lot of big races this year and asphalt late models. So we'll see how this goes.
Were you glad that Daniel Hemrick was able to pull off the Xfinity title after going winless for most of his career?
Yeah, I am. I think he did an excellent job. You know, I'm very glad to see how things played out for him.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. What's that flag behind you represent? Is that your team name or the car?
It's a Lucas Oil Dirt Late Model Series not poster, but flag. It's the Dirt Late Model Series that they run down here. I got it from a track down at Brunswick, so I ran some practice on.
What's your favorite track you've raced on?
That's a tough one. Out of go-karts and dirt late models and everything?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a very tough one. Probably Needmore Speedway and dirt cars was very fun because it was a weird track. But so far, I've only ran Kingsport Speedway and asphalt cars, and I really like it because it's a pretty difficult track. Both the turns are very different. You have to drive the car completely different in both corners.
That's a little interesting. Is Kingsport like Darlington then, with the turns being different a little bit?
Somewhat, yeah. Because one corner is a little tighter than the other in Kingsport. 1 and 2 is pretty tight compared to 3 and 4. But it's not anything crazy.
Wasn't Robert Presley involved in Kingsport for a period of time? I believe.
I actually don't know.
I believe I read that once, but yeah, do you have any questions about the track he's raced on, Justin?
No, but I do want to know about the trophies behind you. So what is the biggest trophy you have?
Biggest one, probably this one. I think this is, it's, I think, probably 3.5 or 4 feet tall. I got that. I think this was a championship. Yeah, it was a championship trophy I got in 2016. And most of these trophies in this room actually came from 2016. I have a jacket over there that came from 2016. It was a really great year for me.
That must have been a really winningful year. What was the championship you won?
FDCS, or I think it's FLDCS. It's a Florida Dirt Championship. Down in Florida, so basically it was all the tracks down in Florida. It was a super competitive series, and I loved it.
What kind of cars were they? Dirt cars, sports cars, models?
It was just dirt go-karts.
Dirt go-karts.
And how many races were run that season?
That season alone, probably, I would say, probably 35-ish. I can't get an exact number, but I know a good bit were run. We ran pretty much every week of the year. We didn't really get too much off time at all.
Now that you put that up, I must ask, with you being a race driver, and even with what all people do when they're working, when they're constantly busy, do you ever have that feeling of doing so many activities and so much time is flying by, and then when someone's like, what have you been up to for the past year? And you're like, has it been that long already?
Yeah, definitely, especially with my school and stuff, because I'm not like homeschooled. I have to, basically, if you didn't know this, I go to school down in Georgia. Then every race we drive 500 miles up to Tennessee and then another 500 back. So every weekend it's a rush to try to get my homework done and race and go all the way back to Georgia before it's Monday again. So the time definitely flies by.